We are here on Green Lakes Trail, Central Oregon, Three Sisters Wilderness. Mountain view, creek view, Wallow Rock, and we're about to enter the Green Lake section. There's Lower Green Lake and Upper Green Lake. The majority of the campsites are around Lower Green Lake. It's also almost like a third Lower Green Lake, and you have to camp in a designated spot. Let's take a look. Entering Green Lake's designated campsite area. Camp within 15 feet. Designated post only, no fires. There's your map. These triangles are what we covet. That means you can camp there. Definitely no fire. So let's go into the area. Another little creek crossing. Some rock stepping. Very simple. And that shot of the mountain is spectacular. Take a look. Getting our first peaks. We've got better mountain views to come as we really get up and close and personal with the lakes. Another little creek crossing. Wanted to show you this beautiful basin. Got a mix of pines, hemlocks, spruces. Walking along Green Lakes Trail here. Taking a look over at mountains. We've got Sisters and Broken Top in this area. To the left of us is Sisters, to the right of us is Broken Top. So that is Sisters. We've officially entered the Green Lakes camping area, although you're only allowed to camp in a designated spot with a triangle post. There's a pretty spectacular area. See what I was talking about earlier about how meticulous this area is. It's got this light gray sand. It's very well groomed and maintained. Definitely feels well kept. This is the kind of backpacking where you want to go out and experience nature, but you don't want to just pick a spot on the map. You want to go somewhere well groomed and has a decent human presence and safe. This is a good type of spot to go to for that type of scenario, because you'll get some solitude, you'll definitely get some beauty, but there are 22, maybe more campsites in this area. There will be other people camping here. Probably the most popular backcountry camping spot, all of Central Oregon. You get the feel of backcountry camping experience without maybe the danger of going out on your own truly into unexplored wilderness. It could be a lot more dangerous, and you have to know exactly what you're doing to really do that in a safe manner. I wanted to step off trail and show you a view of Sisters, the creek, and the magnificent Alpine Forest. Look at that. That is Sisters Mountain alongside Green Lakes Trail. And we are in the Green Lakes designated camping area, coming upon the lake shortly. But look at that. We have come to another junction. If we go to the right, we're going to Park Meadow. If we keep going essentially straight, leads us to Green Lakes. That's interesting. There's Lower Green Lake is the big one. Majority of the campsites are around Lower Green Lake. Then you got Upper Green Lake, which I actually happen to think is more beautiful, has a couple sites. But below Lower Green Lake, to our right, there is, I'll call it Lower Green Lake, a smaller flat one as well. Money shot of Sisters straight ahead, absolutely beautiful, like jaw-dropping, inspiring, beautiful. Right in front of us, to pan around, there's a peak of Lower Green Lake and spectacular forest area, rolling hills, and And not to be outdone, look at that. Right there, straight ahead, a little blinded by the sun, but that's Broken Top. So we are in a spectacular alpine tundra, alpine meadow area. We get spectacular sprawling mountain views, Broken Top, Sisters, the two most prominent mountains in Central Oregon. We've got perfectly manicured trails. Everything is groomed perfectly. That's why I personally like to call this area the Alpine Campus. I cannot convey in words how absolutely spectacular this section is as we walk through it. It's perfectly manicured, perfectly groomed. 22 designated backcountry campsites with a post with a triangle on it denoting where you can camp. You've got absolutely epic mountain views. Sisters that way. We got Broken Top behind us. We've got two pristine lakes, Lower and Upper Green Lake. I actually like Upper Green Lake better out of the two. This area is essentially a Disneyland for backcountry campers. And let me stop here. See? That's what a post looks like. That little trail takes you to a camping spot. If you're a backcountry camper and you like nature, you like wilderness, this is your Disneyland. This is about as perfectly designed of a backcountry camping environment as you're ever going to find. That is spectacular. Straight ahead is Sisters as we continue along. Look at that. I wanted to show you viewpoints in every direction. Straight ahead, we're walking towards a Lower Green Lake viewpoint day use area. But if we look to the left, look at that. Ridiculous. That is Sisters Mountain. And that's the day use area we're going to. There's Lower Green Lake. And lo and behold, what's that over there? The mighty Broken Top. Actually my favorite mountain in all of Central Oregon. A little obscured by the sun beaming through it. Nevertheless, absolutely spectacular. So let's keep walking. It's a good problem to have in life, but as you're walking on a trail, you don't know, should I be looking over there and admiring Sisters? Should I be looking over there, getting excited about the lake? Or should I be looking over there and admiring Broken Top? These are good problems to have when you're hiking on a trail. This is absolutely spectacular. And look at that, straight ahead, we've got Sisters. And talk about triangulated heaven. This way, oh yeah, we've got Lower Green Lake with Broken Top above it, framing it, and a little sunshine to say, have a wonderful morning. We are hiking to the day use area, little peninsula, surrounded on three sides by Lower Green Lake. We've got Sisters to our left, and let's go check out this section. Sign warning you, day use only. Okay, so I wanted to tour this day use only area. It specifically says no camping because they realize how absolutely epic this section is. It's essentially a peninsula with water on three sides. I'm gonna come over here. Not only is there spectacular lake on three sides, but look at that. Sisters Mountain, absolutely spectacular. Pretty windy day. Feeling some cool waves. Lower Three Creek Lake. This is spectacular. Oh my gosh. This is as beauty as it gets. Straight ahead, you got Sisters Mountain. Here we've got the beautiful Lower Green Lake. And let me pan around here. Oh my gosh, this is spectacular. And if all that wasn't enough, here we have Broken Top with a beautiful, perfect, windy, sunshiny day. Either one of these directions would be a once-in-a-lifetime epic money shot. The lake with the sun gleaming on it with broken top in one direction, or Sisters with the lake beneath it in the other direction. This is a day use area I'm standing in. You can't camp in this particular spot, but if you camp here, you're just a few hundred feet from being able to walk here and hang out for a bit. It's absolutely unbelievable, like ridiculous. Like this is pinch me, I'm dreaming type environment. I can't even explain in words how spectacular this area is. We are here in the Green Lakes area of Central Oregon Three Sisters Wilderness, and this is Lower Green Lake, and we are admiring the spectacular view of the sun glistening off of it. That is Broken Top Mountain straight ahead, framing the beautiful Lower Green Lake below. And we're walking on a shoreline trail, really admiring every step of this Alpine Forest. Stop and give us a panoramic view. Oh yes, we've got the magnificent Sisters behind us. I don't think there's a lot of places you can go to, frankly, that have this level of beauty all into one spot. We continue to traverse this little side trail, circumnavigates the lake. Watching my step here. Over here. A little bit of an obstacle course. Look at that. Spectacular. Circumnavigating this side of the lake to get a different perspective, to see the mountain from many different views. We're continuing to hike around Lower Green Lake. This little trail here. Definitely not for human consumption. And look at that. This is Lower Green Lakes. Pretty darn windy day, actually. I kind of like it though. Navigating our way around a little use trail. Look at that. Pretty freaking spectacular. Gonna have to be careful on this trail. Bit of an obstacle course, but nothing can't handle. And let's keep going here. Look at that. Wow, that is spectacular. That is ridiculous. I feel like I've stepped into a human postcard. This is amazing. I can't even explain in words how beautiful this is. I mean, you're here, feel like you're in Alpine heaven, Alpine wonderland. Feel like, as I said earlier, it's almost like CGI or something, but it's actually real. Like how can there be anything this beautiful? That's what it feels like sometimes. It's like, this is ridiculous. Give you a panorama. Oh yeah, not to be outdone, we do have Sisters over there. I mean, this area is frankly ridiculous. This is spectacular. Oh my gosh. Let's keep going. Navigating our way. There's Broken Top. There's Green Lake. Lower Green should say. Lower Green Lake's the bigger one of the two. Upper Green Lake is very beautiful as well. It's a lot smaller. This is spectacular. Got Lower Green Lake in all its windy fury, very wavy, hammering the shoreline. We've got spectacular forest straight ahead, and then we've got the mighty Broken Top, my personal favorite mountain in Central Oregon, in the backdrop. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about Alpine Wonderland, Alpine Heaven. There are certain special areas like this that you come to, they take your breath away. You know you're somewhere special. You know that it was definitely worth a hike in. My gosh, that's not even in question. Look at that. There's Broken Top right above us. Here's Green Lakes. I should say Lower Green Lake, the bigger of the two. And there, South Sister. South Sister, I'd like to introduce you to Broken Top. I'm sure you two are actually already quite well acquainted. Continuing to hike along here. This is the shoreline of Lower Green Lake. And hello, we've got Broken Top framing our picture, towering down above the lake. Look at this. This is incredible. This is a magical section of alpine goodness and wonderland that you almost have to experience to fully appreciate. I mean, this is a truly wonderful and beautiful area. Had to step around that rock right there. The trails in this section are very well groomed, well maintained. It's a little bit of a labyrinth in a good way. You've got the 22 camping sites designated for backcountry camping. It's got a lot of off trails there, and then you got a lot of different directions you can go. So really, in every direction you see little paths. Here's what I'll call a little bit of a confusing Wizard of Oz intersection. Lots of different ways you can go. I am going to go this way to the left from the shoreline of Lower Green Lake. This is going to take me to the right of Lower Green Lake, up to Upper Green Lake, and then on to Golden Lakes. We're walking to the right of and above Lower Green Lake. We'll be walking past the lake up to Upper Green Lake and gaining elevation while we do it. That is Sisters framing Lower Green Lake below. Absolutely spectacular, beautiful section. My gosh. We are on the trail here to Upper Green Lake, but look at that. That is spectacular. Look at that mountain, look at that Lower Green Lake, look at that blue sky. Absolutely perfect day, absolutely incredible viewpoints of Sisters Mountain and Lower Green Lake. Continuing to climb above Lower Green Lake to Upper Green Lake. So we go through this forested area. We are treated with some particularly spectacular views of Green Lake, and there is Sisters Mountain. My gosh, this is beautiful. Definitely gives you the fuel and energy to keep on the forest hike when every step to your left is just magic. We are here in Central Oregon, Three Sisters Wilderness, in the Green Lakes section, and that right here is Lower Green Lake, and that is South Sister Mountain. Absolutely spectacular, beyond words. It's like CGI, but it's real. Absolutely spectacular. Continuing to hike along here, Green Lakes Trail up to Upper Green Lakes. Now here we are hiking a bit Shoreline, really enjoying spectacular view. Give us the mountain view. Look at that. Absolutely unbelievably spectacular. Like ridiculous. That is South Sister Mountain. This is Lower Green Lake. And you're seeing the lake framed by the mountain. Doesn't get better than this. Let's keep going. Kind of a narrow path, but it's okay. Well, hello there, South Sister. Alpine heaven. Unbelievable. Like, I can't even explain in words how beautiful this area is. Like, this is ridiculous. Admiring our glorious South Sister Mountain, along with spectacular lake. And I suspect this is goodbye for now to these views as we start ascending higher to the mountain up to Upper Green Lake, which I'm looking forward to seeing. We were away from the lake for a bit, but now here we are with peaks of it again. South Sister Mountain and of Lower Green Lakes. Oh my gosh, absolutely unbelievably beautiful, ridiculous. Here, it's a little viewpoint area. Be remiss not to stop and enjoy. Oh my gosh, that is South Sister Mountain, and this is Lower Green Lake, and we are here in Central Oregon, Three Sisters Wilderness. Continuing along towards Upper Green Lake. So we're climbing and we'll be there soon. We have reached another classic alpine meadow. To our left is a gorgeous view of South Sister Mountain. And as we walk here, I'll show you here is a camping spot, for instance. That's like a spectacular camping area. And let's keep going. Up here on our right, after this bend, is going to be Upper Green Lake. Okay, we have made it to Upper Green Lake. Absolutely spectacular alpine wonderland. See a little sign straight ahead. I'm gonna stop and give you a panorama. Absolutely beautiful. Upper Green Lake is more green than the bluish looking, bigger, Lower Green Lake that we just passed. Nonetheless, it is still spectacular. There's two backcountry camp spots I'm aware of. One is on the right side of the lake, number 20. The other one is on the left side of the lake, number 22. This is an absolutely pristine, beautiful area. Lower Green Lake is definitely going to be more popular. The one with about 20 spots is down below. So if you want to be a little bit more off the beaten path, a little bit more private, it takes a little bit more effort to climb up here, a little bit of elevation gain. Probably more likely to be secluded and private up here. but there are only a couple spots. So it's a roll of the dice. If they're already taken, probably have to turn around and go back down. So no risk, no reward, right? Coming up to some signage. Take a look at what the signage says. Oh, and I'd be remiss if I didn't show you we're still enjoying epic views of South Sister Mountain. Horses to the left, hikers to the right. Well, I'm going to the right. I wanted to show you a panoramic view of this emerald glittering lake called Upper Green Lake here in Central Oregon, Three Sisters Wilderness. This is Alpine Lake. We're at a decent elevation here. And beside us, we've got a incredible view of South Sister Mountain. And we are in a classic alpine wonderland, alpine tundra, alpine meadow, alpine heaven environment. And let me give you one more panorama, what I'm calling the emerald glitter of Upper Green Lake. Look at the depth of that color. That is truly spectacular. Look at that. It's a true jade green. I think now I'm getting to understand why they call this Green Lake.